Another news this week in our weekly Tweeterhead conversation. This is something new. We are taking every effort to accommodate our fans and customers and realize we have faced a few challenges. That is an understatement. Beginning with Darkside, who will be going up for pre-order this Thursday, which is tomorrow as the recording of this at 9 a.m. Pacific Coast time. We'll be only offering one version of our maquette, which in the past, basically, they were kind of offering the exclusive version at Tweeterhead. Our partners, Sideshow Collectibles, will sell the same version that will be available on Tweeterhead.com. Sideshow will also exclusively begin selling internationally. So I thought that was good news. Advantages to ordering from Tweeterhead.com will include a higher discount if paid in full than before and include a certificate of authenticity for your direct purchases. So obviously in the past, people would go to Tweeterhead.com to get the exclusive. Now Chad is saying that there's only going to be one version. Obviously, there's been a lot of customer service issues. They did talk about the paint issues on Superman, that it was post-factory. It was condensation, rainy weather with one of the cargo freights or whatever. So they're making that right, which is great. I think everything I read in this post is good news for Tweeterhead and Tweeterhead fans. Because obviously, even if you question Tweeterhead's customer service, nobody questions Sideshow's. And so knowing that you can get the exact same version at Sideshow, yes, you're going to pay a little bit more, but maybe that's also peace of mind. But also, then again, if you go through Tweeterhead, if you pay in full, you get the $40 off. So that's a pretty sweet deal. If you're interested in this particular piece. But what do you guys think about what Chad said this week, and do you think that'll do anything to help have people put the pitchforks down?
Dude, it seems it's like a bad week for Tweeterhead. It didn't seem to help too much, because then people were like, well, then Sideshow still has to go through Tweeterhead to get replacements or whatnot, or updates on the orders.
But like I said, Sideshow will still make it right too. I mean, it's not like they're not going to, or not offer refunds and things like that. What else do you guys think?
I think for Tweeterhead, they just need to get some statues in people's hands, and not to say erase the Superman debacle, but hypothetically, if you do two more statues, let's just say the Batman and Mr. Freeze with no hiccups, I think that'll make things a lot better. Put it that way.
I think the Batman is maybe June, and the Mr. Freeze is July, I think. If I read their newsletter this week, I think that's what it said in there. Obviously, they did have some wins with Elvira and some of the Masters of the Universe pieces. No paint issues on those. And people were really happy. So again, what do you think about the fact that they're not going to do the exclusives anymore? Do you think that's a good call?
I think keeping it as simplistic as possible is a good call for them right now. Because it's obvious, they're going through customer service issues, etc. So to keep it, keep it as simple as possible, but make a great product at the same time.
I agree.
Jeff Houghton says, does this affect the scale? Will they offer 2 scales or just 1? So as far as I've been told, this particular Darkside is going to be 6 scale. Now that's not to say that Sideshow can make the call on quarter scale. They have the quarter scale license, and that has not changed in 10, 15 years or whatever. And so if Sideshow decides we are going to do this in quarter scale, I think it's always in best interest to release it at the same time. I'm assuming there won't be a quarter scale with this one because they're going to just release this in 6 scale right at the moment, but I don't know if Sideshow has the right to later on say, hey, let's do this in quarter scale. I feel like they did that. Did they do that one other time? Maybe I can't remember if they ever did, if Sideshow opted to do a quarter scale later. I can't remember, but
didn't they do that with the Catwoman? Was that?
Maybe that's what it was. Like Catwoman came out first, and then they released. Yeah, I think that might have been the one I was thinking about.
Yeah.
And so, they always have that right. I know in having conversations with Chad in the past, I think they tried to coordinate that. Like if Chad, let's say he did his Two-Face. Well, if Sideshow is already working on a Two-Face, they're not going to do Chad's in quarter scale.
Right.
They're going to do their own version because they're going to want to sell those, and so they get 100% of the profit for that. That's their own stuff. So if there's not a Two-Face, which obviously, by Chad doing a Two-Face and Sideshow doing a quarter scale, that told me, well, Sideshow's not working on one, and they're probably not working on one in the near future. And so, it's one of those things where Sideshow always has that right. They have the license. But really the focus for Chad is to continue to do the 6-scale stuff and obviously the Masters of the Universe, that universe. And then also, of course, the bus, which again, I'm very excited about. Jeff, you have the bust in hand again. What do you think? Did you get your replacement?
I love it.
Yeah.
I think he looks fantastic. It's great. Very happy.
I still feel like once people start getting those in, they're really, and I saw a lot of comments, even people that had the paint defects, they're like, whoa, this is way bigger than I was expecting. It's a lot better than I was expecting, a lot better quality than I was expecting.
Yeah.
So everybody who's got it, like I've seen a few reviews, not just you guys, and
right.
Everyone has taken it out of the box, and the first thing they say is how heavy it is.
Yeah, it's like a lead weight. They're really solid, and that's why I just feel like people just need to get them in to really understand how good they are. And again, Batman I think is really going to help. And knowing that there's going to be all these rogues again, I'm very excited about that.
So I think from their newsletter the other day said that Batman and Mr. Freeze are coming out the same month in June.
No, that's what I was talking about earlier. I think it was June for Batman and July for Freeze, I think.
Okay.
Is what that said.
Where's Doomsday in that?
Doomsday is much sooner.
It's sooner.
Sooner, right?
Let me see if I can still find that.
I keep hearing about the weight. Are people still? I feel like we're going full circle with the topics. I remember like last year we were like, does weight really matter on a statue? It doesn't really matter. Now it's like, oh, it's
okay.
Well, I think it's just because it was a little bust that you didn't expect it to be that heavy.
So let me just update everybody real quick. I've got the newsletter pulled up. Of course, this could change because obviously shipping does get affected sometimes. What was that monster? It's not He-Man monster. It was the lizard looking guy. I can't remember what his name was.
Gilman.
Yeah, thank you, Gilman. March of 2025. We got Beastman. March of 2025. We got the Thundercats piece. April of 2025. Doomsday bust. April. So that's now. May is Skeletor. The variant Skeletor. June is Batman bust. June is the Catwoman, the black one. And then also June will be the black and blue versions of the Batman, the classic blue and the black that I had here on the channel. July, Mr. Freeze bust. September, Sorceress. The variant of Sorceress will be October. Variant of Beastman, October. And then the purple Catwoman, October of 2025. Again, all those are, wishful thinking. Hopefully that'll happen. But obviously, with shipping in the world, you just never know what's going to happen. So hopefully, fingers crossed, people will get those in. I'm very excited about the bust particularly, but also that I'm really excited about that Catwoman in quarter scale. I really love that piece. So
the purple one or the black one?
I'm getting the black one, although I love the purple one.
I like the purple.
It's really difficult to turn that down.
I know. I ordered the black one through Sideshow, but then he showed the purple one. It just looks like the Catwoman I grew up with, the classic Catwoman, so yeah.
Like I already have the great Catwoman from Sideshow where she's clawing on the top of that pillar, and I still love that piece. But at the same time, like, okay, if I get the purple one, what do I pair her up with?
Blue Batman.
Blue Batman, yeah.
Well, I'm not going to get the Tweeterhead Blue Batman, but I don't know. Maybe she could be around Tactical Throne. I don't know. That's kind of a blue Batman. I don't know. I just don't know.
It's like a different blue, though.
Yeah, it's a different blue, a different look.
I know. I know.
A little grittier.
Once again, collector problems. This is what keeps us up at night. Where do I put my purple Catwoman? I don't know. Good Lord.
Hey guys, thank you so very much for watching today, and if you're new here, please hit the subscribe button right here on the screen and check out these 2 awesome videos. I think you're going to love them. And also please join us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. I would love to have you join in all the fun. Thank you guys so very much for watching. See you in the Batcave.